What is going on, YouTube? And welcome to the One Pride Podcast, man. We're going to talk all things here. Detroit Lions today. It's going to be a real fun show. We got a little bit of subject to talking about Dan Campbell, as well as we're going to be talking about Jared Goff in the rankings. All about that. But before we get into it, if you are not hitting that like button, make sure you hit that like button. We got 15 in the chat. As soon as everybody piles in, we will get after it. Let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. Let's start all the way back. We have Giorgio. What's going on, Giorgio? As well as Dope. Appreciate you commenting here when it comes to Twitter. I absolutely love that. Chucky, we got Troy Oderbean. We got Jamie Ward, Andrew Lunsford. What's going on, Vash Starwind, and Troxel Sports Talk. Hey, we are going to get after it. Today, I am going solo because a lot of cancellations and then trouble when it comes to the one members of ISN. So, if you got questions, folks, hey, I may have some answers. So, just go ahead and let me know in the comment section, and we will definitely get after that. But before we do that, I really definitely want to talk about this ranking of head coaching of Dan Campbell, the 31st ranked head coach, according to CBS. I thought that was kind of ridiculous, if you ask me, in my opinion. I believe it's very important to understand that they haven't even played a game yet, and they're ranking him the second worst head coach. And, that's just, it's ridiculous in my opinion. So, look, they haven't played a snap. So to say he's the second worst doesn't make a whole lot of sense in my opinion. Everybody ahead of him, it's just typical legacy media nonsense. The same old when it comes to from that group. What do you guys think? Do you think that Dan Campbell is the 31st ranked head coach in the NFL? Hey, I wonder what ranking they would have gave him if he would have never said biting kneecaps. Apparently that was so offensive to legacy media that they just simply could not get over it. Yes, it's definitely time to talk some football, Zach J. And if you guys get questions, just let me know, man. Just go ahead and comment on those questions, and we're going to have some for sure going at it. Gang in the chat. Absolutely gang in the chat. And for July 1st to have a gang in the chat, it's absolutely stunning. We're just, 3.5 weeks away from training camp and getting closer and closer to preseason football than the regular season. I can't wait. I definitely cannot wait for it. We need a number one wide receiver. I don't think we should go in the season without one. Hey, I agree with you 100%. 100%. But that's the case here, though, when it comes to Antonio Hall. And I seen that you created a video. You asked me to look for it, so I'll definitely look for it. But the thing is, when it comes to having that number wide receiver, is the fact that this team right now doesn't have a massive outlook this year, and they want to build through the draft. So, in my opinion, when they get their number one wide receiver, and I totally agree with your statement, it'll be in next year's draft, unless for some reason something crazy happens. Some sort of trade, in which I don't see that occurring right now. Giorgio Badness Show, what's going on, man? Welcome. So, for sure, man, it's one of those deals where we're just going to have to be patient. And I know we've been patient for so long in talking about how that this team's been rebuilding since 1957. Well, you really need to understand that this regime was given such a bad hand. I mean, literally, we're talking about, at the time, it was 6 draft picks. A lot of veterans that were on this team no longer here because of the bad talent and the contracts that was given, i.e. Christian Jones, when it comes to all those type of players. And so this new regime has to do quite a bit of turnaround, and it's really difficult to do so really quick. And one of the positions that they could not fulfill completely in the offseason was wide receiver. Obviously, we picked up on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Well, we do need a number one wide receiver. Made it just in time. How does it go, DJ Jeff? A perfect time to make it in here. Absolutely perfect time. No doubt about it. And for sure, Antonio Hollis says, what's up? So if you got questions, let me know in the comment section. just put a hashtag and I will try to answer your question. As today, it's just me rolling solo here because of issues when it comes to none other than people in technology. It just happens like that. So, yeah, when it comes to, again, back to our head coach, Dan Campbell, it is a shame that the media hates him so much for no legitimate reason. Literally, it's okay, Dern. It's okay. Stuff happens for sure. It's the hatred for this man is on a different level of terrible. And because of his statements, they want to just say he's the worst of the worst. That's fine. You can say that. But at the end of the day, he is definitely not the 31st ranked coach in the NFL. And I think that's ridiculous. And Tim Monroe agrees with that statement. Yeah, absolutely. It's just stupid. That is ridiculous. I understand there's not much to go on, but he has been good as a coaching staff. And 100%, I think they really do need to look at the people around them. What makes a good leader is a leader who knows how to put quality people around them. And that is definitely stems from the Army. When I was in the Army, you train and you put the best people around you. Guess what? You're going to be successful. Your unit is going to be successful. In my case, our squad was very successful. And that's exactly how you got to think it in the NFL here. Dan Campbell understands he's not the smartest man in the room. He doesn't have that smart man syndrome, and he will put quality coaches, quality leaders around him to really help him out and also get the best out of the players. And so for 31st out of 32 just seems utterly ridiculous in my opinion. Chase Bishop, what is going on, man? Welcome. Yes, it is. And how games he's going to win. And you got to be able to be a physical football team, and that's exactly what Dan Campbell is. And I think that's going to even elevate his status even more. It's just the hatred for this man is just on a different level that I don't think I've even expected. You know, we talk about legacy media and how they are absolute garbage, but they took it to a different level when it comes to Dan Campbell. Unless we're talking about, some of the individuals that's not legacy media, when those higher media streams, they totally get it. They're with the players, because if you even ask all sorts of fans from other fan bases, they love Dan Campbell. So it's really interesting for the fact that that's not the case right now, that they don't like him for their own illegitimate, no-nonsense, ridiculous arguments that they can spit up because of that. And so I just think it is very, very stupid. Ask again in the middle of the season. And I agree with that as well, Tim Monroe. We really need to judge, again, in my opinion, is the effort that's going to be laid out by these players. To me, that will show how the coaching staff really is. Because here it's a culture issue. We have a culture issue. This team has been notoriously team that has not consistently given a lot of effort from the first whistle to the end. That has been the case over the years, and so that's vital towards the success of this coaching staff, how they pan out. Not necessarily wins and losses, because a coaching staff can only elevate players to the max of their ability. If you don't have the greatest roster, obviously you're not going to win. The head coach that was rated worse than Dan Campbell was the Houston Texans head coach. In my opinion, this guy was given an absolutely a terrible situation to be in. So that is just one of those deals where I can understand why he'd be rated that bad. This dude was put in a very bad situation. Obviously, quarterback issues. They have a ton of roster issues, and they very well could be the first pick in the 2022 NFL draft for their franchise. So that'll be really interesting to watch how that pans out. I do believe they'll be the first pick in this draft, just by looking at talent-wise and the dysfunction from their general manager, matter of fact, their owner to their general manager all the way down, is a lot of dysfunction. Hashtag Sam Montgomery would help the Lions if we pick him up. Very much a class act. And it definitely is. You can pick up individuals, but the concept now is do you really want to ride with the guys that we have to build through the NFL draft through the upcoming years, or do you want to add some more free agents? I think that will be the question when it comes to some of these people. In my personal opinion, I think we should definitely build through the NFL draft and go that route. But there's definitely some free agents the Lions could definitely pick up for sure, and we've talked about it endlessly, talking about Kenny Vaccaro. He's an individual safety the Lions could pick up, connections to Dan Campbell. If they want to go Malik Hooker, safety as well, and there's not a whole lot of connection there. With that said, he does have high ability, just injury issues from that standpoint. And so that will be something to look forward to and see, how that pans out. But in my opinion, yeah, for sure. I think that they could pick up some quality free agents, as well as Todd Gurley, and we've talked about that as well. We just don't know what's going to happen with Todd Gurley. Is he actually going to sign? Because it's been completely quiet from that mark. What free agents would you guys like to pick up in the chat? Let me know, man, and we'll have some fun with it, just getting to talk and have a conversation about this type of stuff for sure. And let me throw another one here. Question. Do you think Rodgers opts out tomorrow? I don't believe he's going to opt out of the NFL season. I believe when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, he's going to go ahead and make sure he gets traded. I think that's what he's going to try to do, because if he opts out, then guess what? He's basically foregoing the NFL season. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he wants to give up on football just quite yet. Just doesn't seem like something that would be happening for him for sure. I'm going to throw you another one here. Hey, Mike, are you going to any of the training camp? Eric, yes, I am. I will be in the August, I think it's August 5, I believe so. It's a Friday. I'm going to be at training camp with the rest of some other YouTubers there. We got the Gridiron Blitz. I believe he's going to be there in Trucks of Sports Talk. And we'll be at training camp having a good time. And it's going to be absolutely fun. Where did Adrian Peterson go? He has not gone anywhere right now. He is unsigned right now. He's just probably waiting for a situation, or he retires, one of those deals. But yeah, he's not signed as of yet. So you're going to have to wait for that for him. If he wants to sign with some team, I don't think he's coming back to Detroit. Whether it's our running backs, tight ends, or receivers, whoever's open, their number's one wideout, just throw him the ball, punch him in the mouth. Yeah, we definitely, and we're talking about the wide receiver. We're going to be talking about, I think you're going to see in a lot of passes to DeAndre Swift, a lot of passes to Jamal Williams. We're going to be seeing a lot of those type of plays, and it's not necessarily have to be a wide receiver. But again, it is going to be players that makes plays for the Detroit Lions, and that's going to be anyone. It's the tight end position as well, just because we don't have the best right now wide receivers on this football team, so it's going to be anybody's to get from that aspect. And that just makes a lot of sense for me, and that makes a lot of sense for, I believe, how this thing is going to work there. But we'll see going forward. What's going on, Rad? I should have had you on here today. Should have had you on. If you want to get on, I can send you the link. This is a great YouTuber as well. So let me know, man. If you got a minute, I could throw you the link. And we can get at it for just take me a second. Let's see. Not tough defense. Get punched in the mouth and take that chance. Yeah, we just got to compete. We've got to compete on a very decent level, And we got to be able to show that we can compete in the NFL regardless of wins and losses. We got to show that we're not a walkover team. And that's the important part for the Lions. Had Chad judging Campbell is like saying Mac Jones is the next Brady. That is a very good comparison, Giorgio. 100%, man. Absolutely, man. It definitely is. To say that he's the worst coach and this, that, and the other after not even seeing anything is utterly incompetence, and it's poor journalism, in my opinion. Absolutely. Not a whole lot. Obviously, you got the Golden Tate, but Antonio Hall, there's really not a lot of quality wide receivers right now that you can pick up, in all honesty. So if they're wanting to get a wide receiver, I would suggest waiting for teams to cut down to the 53 if they want to upgrade at that point or make a trade. But again, I just don't think that's going to happen when it comes to trading, but potentially it could be when it comes to picking up another wide receiver when they cut down. Ride with what we have this year. I agree, Keith. That is what I'm going with. Ride with what we have unless, again, there's some unexpected cut. I don't want to really go ahead and draft, not have enough draft picks for the 2022 NFL draft. I want to be able to draft the players that we have. Obsessed Detroit Lions fan here. Justin May, the rapper. Appreciate you jumping in, man. Yes, you are. Radley LSS. I love Dan Campbell. His attitude and mentality is on point. Well, thank you for that super chat. Awesome, awesome. Much appreciated, sir. And that's what it's all about. Can't wait to talk some Lions football with you one of these days and get after it on his channel. That's not actually his channel that he uses. He uses another channel. You go ahead and throw your channel into the comment section if you would like to, so people can go ahead and subscribe to your channel, because you talk Detroit Lions, and the fellows with you also talk NFL football, whereas they got different personnel on their channel, which is very good. It's a good way to get different insight on how we think of each other's franchises, for sure. When it comes to Jared Goff, people want to rank him as the 30th ranked quarterback or the 31st ranked quarterback. I completely disagree. I do not believe that is going to be the case. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people and be up there as a mid-round quarterback, even though we don't have the best wideouts in the NFL. If, again, you look at camp, he's done fairly well in minicamp. Obviously, he wasn't having individuals rush him, and that is a big difference regarding how a quarterback operates. With that said, we do got a very good offensive line, and that's going to give him some time, for sure. We should grab Trey Boston, says Rad LSS. It'd be a good addition for the Lions for sure. Lions going at 2-14 or 5-11, somewhere, I'd say 9-7 and 10-6. Okay, yeah, I had the Lions going around 6 wins this year. I think that seems to be logical when you just look at the strength of schedule. It's a very difficult schedule, and for the Lions to be able to get up in there and do something like that seems crazy for sure. And I think that, for them to make such a high jump just seems fairly difficult in that matter for the Lions to have a successful year, but it's very possible. We've seen other teams do it. I just think it's a little more difficult because of this defense right now. We still lack individuals regarding the linebacker court as well as the safety. Little running back heavy to me, free agency, wide receiver, and defensive forward, in my opinion. Well, yeah, man. Look, we really got to. And what's good about next year's free agency is there's some really quality players that'll be available in free agency. Potentially, it's definitely looking like that is the case, and we can definitely build up a solid core. And you don't have to do massive contracts, even though we got around $70 million in free cap space. At the same time, we don't want to just blow money in free agency and not be able to, really build the team the correct way via NFL draft. Added another game. Yes, we do got another game, but we only got one bye week, and it's only 3 preseason games. And that would be, it's going to be a little bit different, and I can't wait to see how it really works when it comes to these preseason games. Let's see here. I would like to sign Malik Hooker and Todd Gurley. Absolutely, man. I think those would be solid signings for the Lions. Malik Hooker would definitely put some help in that safety position where we're hurting right now. Then Todd Gurley would be that third down back, getting those touchdowns on the goal lines where we really need him, and obviously those hard 3rd and 1s and 3rd and shorts. The Stranger. What is going on, Stranger? First off, love your avatar. Megatron Calvin Johnson. Low-key looks like Chris Spielman. I hope I don't look like... Hey, I'm not his size. He's definitely a much bigger guy than I am. But that's funny. Appreciate it, man, with the comment of the day so far. And I wish I was his size. He's a big dude, man. He's up there and a big guy for the Lions. Let me see something here really quick and get this one off for you. And off. There we go. I'm going to show you. This is a new one, too, I did here. I have a friend who is a shareholder Green Bay, and they just got a letter asking if they should fire president and GM. Wow, that is really interesting that they would actually do a letter on that and actually ask that. That's crazy if that's true. Man, oh man, they're in a world of hurt. I think that'd be stupid. A player dictating who your GM's going to be, a player dictating who your president's going to be, regardless of the talent of the player. That just seems hyperbolic in my opinion. I am looking forward to Cephas this year. So am I. Absolutely, I'm looking forward to Cephas this year. Having Cephas on this team and excelling to the next level after his rookie year is so important for the Lions right now because we need that. With the depth hurting at wide receiver, having that player step up and bring it to the next level would be vital for the Lions. Why you want to add him for? I'm not sure what player you're talking about. I'm looking forward to Cephas. Read that one. If the Lions' first pick in the 2022 number 15 or above, the Rams are high as 20s. Do you bundle up to move up and trade up for more picks in the 2nd and 3rd round? I'm always willing to trade up and trade down if the NFL draft for the right player. Right now, we have to see exactly how many draft picks we're going to have, but it definitely looks like we're going to have around 10, 11 draft picks just with the conditionals and everything. So I'm always willing to move up and definitely moving back to get more capital, but not just to move up. But I want to make sure it's for a quality player. Hashtag NFL. Lions, do you think the Lions will win 8 games? Panthers, Lions, do you think Lions will win 8 games? I think the Lions will win 6 games. That's the win-loss record I have for the Detroit Lions. Tell me the names for the wide receiver positions that are available. Not a whole lot of good ones right now, in all honesty. It's a bunch of individuals. I think Golden Tate could be the biggest one. Let me get a list for you really quick of all the names. NFL wide receiver free agency. So we'll see in the wide receiver. I don't think there's a whole lot of ones available. But let me get you that list really quick for the wide receiver position. Yeah, not a whole lot here. Not a whole lot. While it loads up, I'll go to a different question. If you still love Fitzgerald, it's highly unlikely. Yeah, Fitzgerald's, he is a free agent technically, but he's not going to be coming to the Detroit Lions anytime soon. Let me get this list up for you. You got Kenny Stills. He's a free agent. You have, obviously, Danny Amendola. He's a free agent. Alshon Jeffrey. Josh Gordon. That's kind of what you're looking at. So the list is very much thin. Do you think that Jared Goff, how well do you think Jared Goff will do for the Detroit Lions? I think Jared Goff's going to do fairly well, in my opinion. I truly, truly do. I think Jared Goff is going to be a mid-round quarterback regarding stats. 3,700 yards, 23 yards, or 23 touchdowns. When it comes to the Lions, I kind of see that's where it's going to be for them. When it comes to the Detroit Lions, in all honesty. But I think he will be a mid-round level quarterback. I don't think he's going to be the 30th or whatever they have him at right now. I think he will be around that level of mid-round. Jared is not the quarterback for the Lions. I'm sorry. I hope I'm wrong, but I feel Stafford should have stayed. Look, I'm happy that Matthew Stafford went in and we traded him. It's very good that we traded Matthew Stafford. We got a lot of capital for him, and getting that capital is really going to help and elevate this team for this build that we're doing here. Remember, he's 33 years old with 2 broken backs. He didn't want to be here anymore, and if we couldn't win with him with what we've had in the last 12 years, win a playoff game, do you think that potentially we'd win with him now, win a playoff game? I don't believe that would be the case at this point. But I really do hope Jared Goff is the quarterback. I don't know if he is. We don't know. He potentially could not be. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be games when you say, what you doing, Goff? Oh, I'm sure there will be games like that. Absolutely, but I also don't think he's going to be the 30th ranked quarterback in the NFL. I think that's extremely ridiculous at this point. I think that's stupid, and it's unfounded if you ask me. I think he'd be a mid-level quarterback. That's what I'm saying. And then definitely there's going to be times. We've seen it a million times with what are you doing for the Lions running backs, and obviously in the last 12 years, it's been Matthew Stafford. But I just don't think he's as bad as everyone really says he is. If you guys have not hit that like button, smash that like button. That is how you get these streams out there. And that's exactly how this thing works, man, is smashing that like button. You hear me say it on every video that I do. And that is how the content gets out there. We're doing a Q&A today, so if you got questions, let me know, folks, in the comment section. Just go ahead and comment with a hashtag Lions or hashtag OnePride or hashtag with the word hashtag. That's how it gets done today. Let me know, and we will get this thing going. Also, just again, on Sundays, we do go live for a Q&A session as well, Sundays at 11 in the morning. Eastern time, so if you miss out, you can jump in on there. Dropping videos every day. I'll have a video drop tomorrow. Haven't even made it yet, so we'll see, but it's all news and rumors. Unfortunately, right now, not a whole lot of news is going on, so it's a little bit bland, but we're a couple weeks away for that changes, and I can't freaking wait because, in all honesty, I am extremely ready for football. I am freaking ready for watching football. I'm tired of this non-football stuff going on, and that's truth right there. That's absolutely truth. So just bear with the last couple weeks of this non-information coming out, and then we can really have some fun and get after it when it comes to Lions news and rumors. Let me see here. Let me get you another scene, and we're going to have some fun doing so. Also, I'm going to be on JT Sports channel tonight at 8 o'clock. He wants to talk about the Detroit Lions, and I'm going to be on his channel after this stream. So make sure you go check out JT Sports, and we will get after it. Last Second Sports is the name of the channel. So make sure you go ahead and check out Last Second Sports. Also, he could put the hyperlink in there if you want to put the hyperlink in there so people can subscribe. And that's where they talk all things Detroit Lions. And you're gonna fight it, man. You got to fight the legacy media, and this channel does so. So make sure you check him out. Hey, and he's from the great state of Oregon in Portland. He lives where I was born, so I always love my Lions Oregon fans, right? Believe having no number one wideouts and a lot of number two through will open up a lot of players and tough to defend because a mixture of wideouts going to be getting receptions. I still think we're going to have issues with the wide receiver position. I truly do, even though I understand what you're saying here. I think there's going to be some good play action times where Tyrell Williams will get open and make the big plays just because of the running game itself. But in all honesty, it's still going to be an issue for this upcoming season. But that's okay, because when it comes to what the Lions going to do in offense, they're definitely going to be passing to the running backs quite a bit and make TJ Hockenson probably the main passing target. So I don't think it's such a giant issue like the linebacking core, like the safety position, but it is an issue. And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully that can open up the field, but that would be great. Carolina guy you just subscribed to, Last Second Sports, and I'm sure he appreciates that very much. And again, they do content, not just Detroit Lions. San Francisco 49ers, Denver Broncos, and Dallas Cowboys. And that they talk all NFL as well. So I know you're a Carolina Panther fan, so I'm sure they'll talk about it if you got any questions for the Panthers. But again, this time is specifically for you, so let's get at it and have some fun. Let me get my fun stuff out there.
And again.
Yeah, you know I have to get my Ngins on there.
I'm giving her a D, man, a strong D.
So let's get at it. Give me some questions. And if you are on Twitter watching this live, do @MicroMike85. If you just put that in there, your question pops up from Twitter on here, and we'll have fun. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and questions as well. If you're on other platforms like Twitch, ask some questions, and we will have some fun doing so, because we're streaming on 10 different platforms right now, and maybe you don't know how to do it, but that's how you got to do it, and you can get your questions asked from other platforms. Let me show you a different scene as well while I'm getting this on here. I love doing all these scenes, man. I think it's cool to get it out there. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of people on today, but so you could see the scenes where it'd be me and another person. Let's see here. What is up, Corey? Welcome to the One Pride podcast, where I'm going solo today, taking up your questions because nobody could got on today, and that it kind of is a bummer, but that's okay. We still going to have some fun anyways by getting it in there. So comment. We will get your questions asked, and we're going to have fun doing it. That's crazy. I said that. The Carolina guy was 14 minutes ago when his question was asked, but that's not the case. It's like 14 milliseconds ago. That is weird why it's doing that. But that's okay. That is okay. I'm hoping for a 500 season, 8-8 or 9-7. Well, since there is now 17 games, good chance that, look, it'd be difficult to get to 500. I still think that this team has a lot of work ahead of them to get to that position, but never say never when it comes to the Lions and potentially getting there, because you can't. We haven't actually played a game yet, and so who knows? Maybe we have a lot of, and that would be really nice. Detroit Lions here. How do you think Jared Goff will do this year? I think he is going to do very well. I think Jared Goff's going to do well in a sense that of 16th, 17th ranked quarterback. I just think people's expectations are so low, it's going to make him look extremely well on there. And so, around 300 or 3,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, something like that. R-Mac says, OMG. He said, oh my God. Let me get my oh my God. Oh, I got to get, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's what he's saying there. The good ones, we need a secondary and offense. Offensive line needs some help. Oh, man, I think the offensive line is actually one of the best in the NFL. When it comes to right guard position, I think that's the position we definitely could get a little bit better there. But, man, I think the offensive line's a very, very good one. The secondary, when it comes to safety position, I concur there. I really think the secondary needs some help getting a starting safety opposite of Walker. Can Walker actually do what he did in his rookie year? Because last year he did have a bad down season. That is yet to be determined at this time. So for sure. But I love the cornerbacks that we do got. Amani Oruwariye, Jeffrey Okudah. I think they're quality young cornerbacks that's going to do good for the future of this Lions. And I know Jeffrey Okudah had a down year last year, but that is definitely okay because it will get better for him. It will, because I think just having Glenn back there as his defensive coordinator, having a competent scheme will elevate him and hopefully elevates everybody out there. Comes the secondary and defense as a whole, but mainly secondary, because you spent a third-round draft pick on Okudah. You want to see the fruits of your labor pan out when it comes to the young cornerback out of Ohio State. So hopefully that can occur, but I think it will occur for sure. We are live here on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, on Twitter, and other platforms I forgot the name of because they're just other platforms. So if you got questions, I may have answers. Just go ahead and throw it in the comment section, and we will get at it. That is the whole point, is to have your voice heard, because you guys are the people that run the channel here. You're the people that relates to how real fans feel like, because that's what we are. And your voice, in my opinion, means more than legacy media, because you are a fan. You have seen the ups and a lot of downs. So if you got questions, throw it in there, and we were going to have some fun and get at it. Just a hashtag Lion or some sort of hashtag. As a team, how do you think the team morale is at this point? Good Karma, hey, welcome to the chat. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, but appreciate, man, you coming in. I think the morale is extremely high. I believe that the players really like Dan Campbell compared to Pat Matricia. I think it's night and day. You've seen it. People are having fun. They're not just getting beat up. They're not getting tore up. They got coaches that were former players all around, and I think the morale is extremely high for that reason. Fantastic question by Good Karma. And I think you're going to see the team play much better. Would be much better performance-wise when it comes to effort, not necessarily wins and losses. I think they'll do 6 wins, but you're going to see these guys put in all the effort that they can, and the coaching staff will max out the ability of the players on this team. And O-line, that is good. Yes, that is how you win football games, is through the trenches, the offensive line and the defensive line. Very good offensive line right now, and that is how we win. Antonio Hall says, subscribe to my channel so I can build the subscribers, the channel up there. Sometimes your guys' comments doesn't show up, and that's okay. I don't have any people who actually can control my chat right now, so maybe I'll start handing out some of these wrenches at some point, but right now I don't have anyone with a wrench. How you think Green Bay will rebuild the Lions, and how you think the Green Bay go in and rebuild the Lions go into Green Bay and blow out? Well, here's the thing when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. If Aaron Rodgers is not there, I think the Lions have a chance to defeat them, and I really do. I think that's important. 9 Drinks, what's going on, 9 Drinks? Just seeing that you came in here. Why is 9 Drinks comment not showing up on here? That's crazy. Hopefully it shows up soon. I think that we have a chance to beat them. Now, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers playing for them, I think it's going to be very difficult. But we definitely have a chance to defeat them. And Green Bay, if Aaron Rodgers does leave and Love is subpar and he's the starter, they could do in a rebuild mode. They definitely could. Let's see. I think that TJ winning Hey, Mike, what do you think about TJ winning the tight end U championship? That's hilarious. I love it. Awesome. This dude's a great guy. He's absolutely a great guy. I love this guy, and I think it's fantastic. Nothing but a blast. Nothing but a blast. What cat wins more games? Lions, Bengals, Jaguars? Great question, Patty Grimes. Wow. That is a fantastic question, and that's a difficult one to say. You know what? I say that the Bengals will... Oh, they're in a tough division. They're in a tough division. So is Jacksonville. So is the Lions. I say the Bengals go 6 wins, Lions go 6 wins, and Jaguars go 6 wins. All three. And I don't like doing 3 6s in a row, but I say it's a tie there. How's our kicker for our points looking? Don't know. Nothing Justin Thomas about our kicking game at this point. Nothing is showing anything about it. We're going to have to wait till training camp for that to see who's going to win. Let's see. Lions will sign any free agents that will cost them a conditional draft pick. Well, considering the fact that there's no one right now at this point that would make a conditional draft pick, it's not going to matter. There's no one out there. You have to do, when it comes to conditional draft picks, it's not necessarily the name, it's how the contract is done. If you've noticed our contracts, they've been 1-year deals, extremely low. None of the guys that we've signed is going to affect conditional draft picks, and none of the guys we sign in the future, because they're not going to do a massive contract, is going to affect that as well. And again, let me get it out there every time you guys do it.
And again.
It comes out. It comes out. Some of these guys' stuff is not showing up on here. I wonder if you guys, Jorge as well as 9 Drinks, are you guys not... What chat are you in? This is crazy. It's not showing up. Hashtag Go Lions. Hey, Mike, what did you think about TJ? I said that one already. I thought it was great. Subscribe to the channel so you can build the channel up. No problem. Hey, subscribe to his channel. I got to check it out. Do you think that Barnes is a starter? I do think he's a starter. Absolutely. I think that Barnes is a starter because the talent at the linebacker core is atrocious. I think he's going to be starter. I do. He's got the highest of ceilings, I think, on the team as it comes to the linebackers, and might as well throw him into it right now. Throw him in the fire right now. Might as well. CJ says, yo, what up, Mike? What's up, CJ? Folks, if you guys miss out on a question that I didn't answer, make sure you ask it. Jorge, what chat? Why are you not popping up on the chat? That is really, really weird. Some of you guys are not popping up on the chat, and I don't understand what's the case there, but I see you on this one. He says, Mike, has the hope for Dan subsided, or he's still being out there to the community? Oh, he's definitely out there to the community. He's definitely doing his thing. It's just right now, it's the calm before the storm at this point. It's the calm before the storm, and so not a lot is going on right now. And that's the rest of the NFL. So wait till training camp, and then more will come out there. And if I don't see your question, folks, it's because for whatever reason my application's not showing it. Why is half you guys not showing up? Matthew says, where do you think Goff ranks? I have him around 16, 17. That's where I have him. 16, 17. Yes, 9 Drinks is showing up here. Finally, would you trade a 5th round pick for Gallup? You know what? I would. I'm not big into trading, but I would do that for a 5th round draft pick. I would. He's solid. He's definitely solid. So I'd do that for a 5th round draft pick. No freaking doubt about it. I think that makes a lot of sense from a Lions standpoint, because we do have it, but I'm not in for trading. But a 5th round pick, that'd be a steal. That would be a steal. Why is Terrell Crosby never talked about at right guard? Because he's a tackle, D-Cool. He's a tackle on his last year of his deal. He's a swing tackle for right and left. And we're paying Halapluti Vaitai some buku money, and he will be the guard this year. Terrell Crosby, there's been rumors that he could be traded. Yeah, he's not doesn't look like he's going to be with the Detroit Lions after this season. Should I go to ISN? I don't know, Jorge. I don't know why it's not showing up. I have no idea. A lot of these things aren't showing up right now. I have no idea. Maybe, it's because it's the chat right now is slower on my end coming into than it is when you guys are receiving it. So that is the case. So I'm getting your question a little bit behind. I don't know why that is the case. I'm going to have to work on that for sure going forward. So no, you're popping on here. Don't need to go on ISN. It's just slow. Do you think that St. Brown can be a rookie wideout that surprises defenses and get really good amount of targets? Maybe emerges as that guy? Yeah, I do. I definitely do believe so. I think he's going to be emerged as probably the number 3 by the end of the season. Cephas and him are going to be killing it right there. I think that's what's going to be the case. But yeah, I see him getting a ton of targets. He's going to be used a lot because of the lack of depth there, for sure. So I think you're right on with that question, and I 100% agree with that. I'm always here when you live, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, Giorgio, and that's what it's all about, for sure. Yes, cheers, Jorge's. Now it's popping up. It's just behind by 7 minutes. I'm not sure why. I'll have to look into the settings for that. How long will it take for Lions to win the division? Great question. I think this year they don't. I think next year they can compete for it as a wild card, give year 3 as a real competitor for the NFC North. That gives a couple more drafts and free agents to really build this roster up. So I look for them competing next year and potentially winning it in year 3. And they could win it like next year as well. But this year I just think it's a little bit difficult for the Lions to do so on that stance to do that. So I would not expect it this year, but expect it year 3. If they're not competing for the division year 3, there are some issues with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, because at that point, 3 years, you have enough chances to really develop, and I think they will. So and don't say I'm hating anything like that. I actually agree, but you should be expecting it year 3. No Aaron Rodgers, all NFC North teams will have a chance. Yeah, they will. I mean, I still think it would be difficult for the Lions because of the lack of defense. If you look at Chicago, they got a very good defense. Justin Fields, I think he will be starting sooner rather than later. Dalton is not good. Kirk Cousins, they got a decent offense over there, and they're starting to slowly build their defense. So I think everybody would have a chance if Aaron Rodgers is gone. He's going to be very good. Yes, he's RMAC. You're 100% correct. He's going to be very good, and he's going to explode out there and be a quality player for the Lions, and not just this year, but next. Cheers, TA Noble Sports from Jorge. Yes, absolutely cheers. And woo, getting at it for the Lions and for TA Noble Sports, as he is a boss in this game. So if you got questions, let me know, folks. Let me know. It is a slow one today. Very slow. Everything is slow, and it sucks because I like to have speed. I like to have that speed on there, and it's just been grueling the last couple weeks with no real anything NFL, no thing Detroit Lions out there, nothing. We got 48 in the chat. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. And cheers, Antonio Hall. Jorge's cheering up everybody. And he's in the building doing a lot of cheers, cheering them up. Again, after this stream, I'll be on JT Sports Talk. I'm going to be on there talking Detroit Lions. So if you're interested, be on there at about 8 o'clock is when he's starting it. What Detroit team come close, not a champion, but close to a champion? It's going to be close, but maybe the Pistons. You know, they got that first pick. The Tigers potentially could do it. It's like all the teams seem to be kind of like the same area where it's somewhat of a rebuild, but the future seems to be bright. It just takes a little bit longer time for some things to work out, like you see with the Tigers, because you have to, when you draft players, it's not like the NFL where they can start immediately. They throw them in the smaller leagues to get time. So potentially that, but it's all going to be around the same time. I think it's probably in 2-3 years where all the teams are really competing at a fairly high level and getting it good for the years approaching for the city of Detroit and their fans and all the teams there. Red Wings, I think it's going to be a little bit of time. They may be the furthest behind. How do you see this regime using Kabinda? As a fullback, he's going to be that fullback, that power guy that's blocking for the running back. I think you see them there quite a bit. Obviously you're not going to see him every down or anything like that, but if you look at what we're trying to do, we're definitely trying to run the football quite a bit and power run game, and that's what Kabinda's for. I think he is going to make the team, and he's going to be the fullback, and he's going to be doing those essential blocks, making sure that these running backs can get to that second level. So I think you're going to see him used quite a bit, but not like all the time or anything like that, but quite a bit. And he's going to be an integral part towards this run game. You're going to have the running backs that we do have. I don't think he's going to be getting the ball all the time, anything like that, but he'll be used as blocking predominantly compared to running the football. Got a little gas in my throat. Let's see. Any more questions? Sorry for this weird One Pride podcast. Just a lot of things just didn't work out today, unfortunately, but we will have some fun going into next week. Mike, has hope for Dan's... I already answered that question, but Dan Campbell to me is just a monster, man. Dan Campbell to me is just a freaking monster, and I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to watch him coach. I can't wait to be at training camp. I'll be there August 5. I'm smoking gas too, Mike. I seen that Warzone Snipes. I can't wait to see it in action. I just can't wait. Where do you think Goff ranks? I have a lot of people have him ranked 30, 31. I have him 16, 17. Matthew, that's where I have him ranked. I think that's what the stats are going to show. Again, he's not as bad as everyone thinks he is. He's not just a dumpster fire. He's not that. Just a couple years ago, he was Pro Bowler. He was in a Super Bowl. If you can have an offensive line and you can run the football, that's his strengths with play action. And guess what we did? We have an offensive line, and we're going to be able to run the football. And I think his numbers will be mid-round. What bird wins more, Eagles or Ravens, Seahawks or Cardinals? This is a great question. Well, I'm going to say Eagles would be the least, for sure. I would say Ravens will be second. Ravens will be third. Seattle will be second. I have Arizona Cardinals winning their division. A lot of people may think that's crazy. Like, no way. But I just love what Arizona has done on offense. I love what they did on defense, just picking up some mad players, man. And it's just absolutely, it's fun what they're doing here. Let me see if I can speed up this. Automatically update title, most recent. Okay. Repeat entries. I just want to make sure you guys are getting this stuff the quickest. I just don't know why it's not doing that. So, seconds, automatically update title with most recent entries. Nope, that's not it. I'll have to find out why this is doing it, and we'll get at it. Fine. Do you think that linebacker will improve with better coaching this season? Yeah, I think the whole defense will improve. It can't get much worse than last year. This is historically bad on all fronts, and I just think the coaching staff itself will elevate, but at the same time, I don't think they're going to be a powerhouse. I think this linebackers are still bad. You can't coach speed, and we have a lack of speed with Jelani Tavai. I know he lost some weight, 17 pounds, but I still think we have some issues there. Anzalone is a journeyman. I don't believe he's going to be the answer, the long-term answer, but I do think they will elevate just because the coaching was so bad. We're going to have a tough on the road this year. Let's bring these wins home. Yeah, we just got to win as much as we can win. And it's going to be hard to win games this year. It's going to be difficult. I'm not going to say we're going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to say we're going to go 17-0. In all honesty, I just look at this roster and I see a 6-win team. So take any win you can get at home and on the road. I have Goff 23. How drinks will you take if the Lions win 10 or more? I will drink a ton. If the Lions win 10 wins or more, I will drink out of my shoe live on air. I will drink out of my shoe live on. I know time delayed is driving me crazy. I don't know why it's like this, but it is like this, and I don't know why. So I'm going to have to figure that out, get back into this thing, and figure out why it's so time delayed. Oh, now it's okay. Now I got it. All right. Well, it's fixed now. So there's a ton of questions I'm going to get to right now because Amon-Ra St. Brown, 10 in the NFL. Whoa, 10th best wide receiver. I don't believe that's the case. I think he could be I think he's going to do good as a rookie, but the 10th best wide receiver, I think that's going to be a little difficult. Mitchell Proper. Thanks for that question, though. I think he could be like the 5th best rookie wide receiver for the Lions. Let's see here. How do you think Atlanta will, without Jones, were their number 1 wide receiver? Atlanta is a hard team. They could be good or they could be really bad. They got a new head coach as well, Kyle Pitts. I don't know. I don't know how they fare. I mean, they're one of the hardest teams to figure out because they could be an explosive on offense and they can win a ton of games or they can really suck. So I'll go with 7 wins for Atlanta. They're difficult. Who is your top fantasy player on our roster? Oh man, top fantasy player by points or player. I'd say T.J. Hawkinson would be my top fantasy player, like a value, because it's hard to get tight ends in fantasy. If you want to get a ton of points, potentially more points would be DeAndre Swift. I think he definitely is going to do a good job there for the Lions in fantasy. But those 2 guys I would definitely look at too if you're wanting to get some fantasy points. But if you need a tight end, T.J. Hawkinson, and they're hard to get in fantasy. I always like to get tight ends fairly higher than what people do. Thoughts on Julian Okwara's role with us this year? Can he stay healthy? If he can stay healthy, I think he can get after the quarterback, and he will be playing linebacker a little bit as well. I just don't know if he's going to stay healthy. And if he stay healthy, I think the sky's the limit. He's got the talent. He is talented, but can he stay healthy? But we need pass rushers, and we need help in the middle of the field, and I think you'll see him do that. Swift for fantasy for sure. 100%, Jorge, 100%. And same with T.J. Hawkinson. And I'm not taking DeAndre Swift first, though, as my first running back. If you have a chance to get a Derrick Henry, something like that, you go ahead and get Derrick Henry. I mean, that would be one of the guys I'm going for. Earlier question was a keeper league, full PPR. Thanks. No problem. Hey, Daryl Strickland, thank you for stopping in, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone stopping in on this beautiful Thursday here. It's very nice and sunny in the great state of Michigan, so I appreciate you coming out. You see, start, cut, trade. Oh, Charles Harris, Khalif Raymond, Sean Dion Hamilton. Oh, man. That's a difficult one. Start, Khalif Raymond as a kick returner. There we go. I'm going to cut Charles Harris and trade Sean Dion Hamilton for a conditional 7th round pick. That's a difficult one. Now, man, you're coming up with the most difficult ones. You did that the other day with all those running backs. Crazy. Mike, do you like that Vaitai is moving back to guard? I do like that because I don't like him at tackle, but I don't like him overall. Hopefully he can prove me wrong and be really good this year. The issue for me is the lack of talent, but I'm happy that he's going to be at guard instead of tackle, for sure. For sure. So, yeah, sorry about there was a mix-up there when it comes to the timing of the question. I don't know what was going on, but I got it corrected right now. I got it corrected. So, Mike, do you like why I do that? How about running backs will do? How you think our running backs going to do really good? Antonio Hall, I think they're going to do very well. I believe that our running backs is going to, I think Swift could get 1,000 yards, very possible. Jamal Williams, he could get 600, 700 yards. And we're not just talking about running, but we're talking about passing as well. I think they're going to do a fabulous job because with the lack of receiver help, having these running backs are going to be key towards moving the football in the air and obviously in the ground. We have a new member. Eric Minion Sr. just became a member. Well, thank you so much for becoming a member to the channel. I appreciate you. I'll make sure to update my video screen so you guys can see your names at the end of all my videos. Appreciate you, Eric. And I'll give you a shout out on the members only. I got to be doing members only chats here soon again. I was just trying to get all this setup done. I don't know if you know this, but it takes about 8 hours to do one of these scenes that you have. It takes a long time, and I've only got 7 scenes. I got about 13 more to go. So I'm just trying to get all this done before the season starts so you guys have something better to look at for you. What wins more, Packers, Steelers, 49ers, or Chargers? Ooh. Who wins more? Oh, man. I'll say if Packers have Aaron Rodgers, they'll win more. If they don't, they could be the worst one here. I think the Steelers, I don't think they're going to be as good as last year. I think they're going to take a step back. 49ers, I think they win more. And Chargers, I say 49ers first, Chargers second, Steelers third, Packers fourth if no Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers, Packers first, Chargers, 49ers, Steelers. I think the Steelers are going to take a little step back because their division's really hard. And at some point, you got to get a quarterback that's not 900 years old. What's your thoughts on Jonah Jackson? I love Jonah Jackson on the offensive line. I think he's going to be a very good right guard for this. Very good rookie last year on the rookie team. And I think with another year next to Taylor Decker, another year with Frank Ragnow, sky's the limit. And this team's going to be running the football quite a bit. And guess what? Offensive line thrive on that. He is definitely, to me, he is a multi-year contract guard for the Lions. So I'm happy we have him. I'm happy he's our right guard. I'm happy that everything is panning out for him. And it's just going to get better. Two-keeper, Hill or Chubb if I can't get Henry. That's a good one. That's a good one. I do like Chubb, though. I like Chubb at Brub. If you can't get Henry, try getting Chubb, man. But either way, those two is going to give you some points because Cleveland is going to run the football. How many yards and interceptions will Goff have? Yards, 3,700. Interceptions, I say 10 interceptions, 23 touchdowns. That's what I'll go with Jared Goff for this upcoming season. Who wins more in the NFC North between the Lions, Packers, Bears, and Vikings? If Green Bay has Aaron Rodgers, they're going to win the division, in my opinion. If not, I think Chicago will have probably the most wins next to Minnesota Vikings. Then the Lions and Packers battle it out for the basement. But it could really go south for Green Bay if Aaron Love is the starter and is trash. So it all just depends on Aaron Rodgers for that fact. But Chicago's got a really good defense, and I think Justin Fields is going to be a much better quarterback than Trubisky and Andy Dalton. Trubisky no longer on the team. Buffalo, Andy Dalton will be starter week 1, but it's only a matter of time. Have Hilaire and Cooper as my keepers. Thank you, bro. Yes, Amari Cooper, not bad for wide receiver. Hilaire, Kansas City is going to run it. He had a fairly decent rookie year last year. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad as a number 2 or a number 3 running back for sure. And if Dak Prescott stays healthy, Cooper's going to get his. He really is. Love these fantasy questions. Love these fantasy questions. I love fantasy football. We used to have a show. It was called Fantasy Brothers with me and Troxel Sports Trox. But he has been really, really busy lately. Let's see here. Pick one team for each. Surprise dumpster fire. Surprise contender. I love that, Zach J. Good question. Surprise contender. We'll do surprise contender first. Arizona Cardinals, if that would be a surprise to you, I think they're a surprise contender. I do like what they're doing with their offense and defense. I think they could win their division. I think there'd be a surprise. But if you want to go a like a worst to first type of football team, that could be a surprise contender. Oh man, that's the 49ers. They could, but I don't know if that's really a surprise. You know, they're getting healthy. The New England Patriots could be a surprise, but Buffalo's very good. That's a toughie. Atlanta Falcons. That would be a surprise one for me. Atlanta Falcons. There you go. From being bad to good. Now from being good to dumpster fire. If Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay, that would be my dumpster fire right there. That would be a team that I believe wouldn't go from that could be really good to really bad real quick because Aaron Rodgers really fills a lot of holes for that football team and that squad. Another team that could go from being good to very bad. How about the Los Angeles Rams? I'm not saying they're going to be really bad. I don't think they're going to be really bad, but their division is very tough. Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, and 49ers. Everyone expects them to win the division, go to the Super Bowl. What if they don't even make the playoffs? I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Seattle could win the division. Arizona could win the division. One of those guys be a wild card. Another one be a wild card. And you still got teams all in the NFC that are, you know, that could do well and be a contender. So that would be it there. Let's see. When was the last Lions game you went to? Man, well, I went to Lions. They had like their training camp, not last year, but the year before at Ford Field. I went to that thing. It was their scrimmage game. And then I went to the Lions and Chicago Bears game. That was really fun. And so that was the last two Lions events that I've been to. Let's see here. And hopefully I go to a couple games this year. I'd like to be on the sideline. That would be really, really nice. That'd be really, really cool. I'm a big Lions fan. What was the last Lions game you went to? That was literally the same question. So, yeah, that was it. Those were the last two. Surprise, it's basically the same question here. Because I'm going to try to get to 2 this year. Yeah, I'm going to try to get to some games this year for sure. JX2MC. I'm going to try to get some games. I haven't purchased the tickets yet or anything like that. I want to be able to try something to where I can get a little closer and up front before I buy a tickets if I can't have that done. But I'd really like to get to a couple games this year and have some fun. I'm vaccinated. I ain't worried about that. I'm vaccinated. So man, I wish that Detroit and LA game was in Detroit. That'd be the one game I'd love to go to, but it's in Los Angeles. But yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd like to go to the Arizona Cardinals and Lions game. That'd be fun. That'd be a good one to go to. Who do you think wins the most games this year between Lions, Falcons, New York Giants, and Jets? Ooh, that's a tough one there, too. Jets, I say, will suck the most. I'll have them the worst. I say the New York Giants. You know what? I'll say the Falcons are second suck. I'll say the New York Giants third and Lions win more than they do. Because I just think that Falcons are, you know, a 5-win, 6-win team as well, just like their New York Giants, same, maybe a 5-win team. I don't trust Daniel. And I think the Jets are going to be a bad football team again. I mean, they just got lack of talent there. They could end up being a top 5 draft pick, in my opinion. Donald the Beast, he won't let it happen. I wish Donald was a Detroit Lion. That would be beast. Lions, Chicago, Monday night was the loudest I've been to. Yeah, man, it gets real loud. You know what's frustrating about that game, those games? A lot of freaking Bears fans come there. And that sucks, man. Like, when I went, there's a ton of Bears fans there. It's like, man, oh, man. Like, I want this to really be home field advantage, but they show out. They show out. But that would be fun. Eric Minion. Love seeing that memberships tag on there, Eric. Love it, bro. Who do you think will be breakout players on offense and defense? Breakout players on offense, TJ Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift. 2 breakout players I think is going to have a fantastic year. Man, oh man, I think they're going to explode. I think Jared Goff will have a better year than people expect. On defense, Jeffrey Okudah. think would be a breakout player this year. Not saying, again, he's going to be some crazy all-pro, but compared to last year, he was subpar. I think he will have a much better year. And Levi Onwuzurike, a breakout player on the defensive line. He's a very good draft pick. I love the interior of the defensive line of the Detroit Lions, and I think he breaks out as well. Sorry, Mike, you need to get your butt to L.A. I'm going to hook up with Grid. We'll send pictures. Oh, that's going to be awesome, Jorge. Had no idea you're going to L.A. as well. To that football game. That's going to be absolutely freaking awesome. Let's see. If the Lions have a losing season, do we still stand behind this rebuilding staff and coaches? Will the fans understand it takes time? That's what I've been preaching, Justin. Some fans are not going to be happy about that because they're going to think you have to win now. I think a lot of people are hyping up the Lions' win-loss record. Some content creators are maybe hyping them up a little bit more. And my thing is I want to lower the expectations a little bit because understanding the talent level is important. So on my channel, I've been very much telling my fan base to just lower the expectations a little bit. And if you know, if you have an inkling like how a team rebuilds, it's going to take a couple years of draft because you just got to understand how bad the regime will. I think people will stay on because they'll see the competitiveness. They'll see the competitiveness of the players with this coaching staff, and I think that's going to help out. I think our roster is better than we think. I think the players just hated playing for Matt Patricia, and anyone who had a crappy boss knows your performance is affected. That's true, and I hope so. I truly, truly hope so. That's the case, that we do play a little bit better than expected, and that will help out for sure. Make sure you guys hit that like button, folks. Make sure you hit that like button. That is how this content get out there. We got 65 in the building with 58 thumbs up. I think we get to 6-0. Hey, I appreciate you, Eric. Appreciate you supporting the channel. And, without you guys, there is no channel here. This channel is ran by you, the subscribers. You guys have your voice heard, and that's why it's important to have these shows. And, I like doing my videos. Videos are fun to do, but being able to speak to you directly and answering your questions is even better because that is exactly how you do it. Let's see here. Time though, some waiting 60 years. Oh, I 100% get it. 100% get it. And people have been waiting for a long time. And that's absolutely... But we got to understand that you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer because of what this last regime has done to this roster. You just got to be patient. I do believe we have the correct leadership. I'm talking about owner, to Chris Spielman, to Brad Holmes, to Dan Campbell, to the coaching staff around Dan Campbell. When you have that, you have the foundation going in the right direction. So that should give hope. How become a member? I would love to join. Daryl Strickland, you hit that join button. If you hit that join button, the word join, you can become a member. And if you become a member, it'd be greatly appreciated. I will be starting my member streams only where I just talk to you directly, completely unfiltered. I don't have all the green screen and stuff like that on there. And we do content not related to what you see here. So all you got to do is hit that button, and I will add you to my video descriptions where all my people that paid for a membership will get it. And actually, I'll be playing that here in a minute. Did we name the lion yet? 9 drinks? No. 9 drinks. I will put a comment in a community post, and then I'll do bets for the names. I will do bets for the names, and who gets it will get recognized somehow. So that's what I'll do for the members only. That's a great idea. Folks, I have to get on JP Sports' channel right now. He's about to go live in about 10 minutes, 13 minutes. So I have to get off here to jump on his channel. JT Sports Talk. JT Sports, he does all NFL. He does some NBA, I believe, as well. But he wants to ask me about the Lions. So jump on there, and you can hear me talk about our team and all that. With that said, I appreciate everybody showing out. I appreciate everybody taking their time. And if you want to become a member, watch this end screen because you'll be added to it. With that said, folks, I appreciate everything, and adios.